yes, we do indeed cook a full homemade Thanksgiving dinner right in our RV, complete with homemade stuffing, a big 23-pound turkey for the three of us who love leftovers, and all the trimmings, all the baking, all the sides, and it is such a wonderful, wonderful thing that we look forward to every single year and part of our family tradition. And I wanted to take a moment out because we are indeed in the kitchen right now, cooking and doing various parts of the prep for tomorrow. But I've had on my mind this whole concept of everybody talking about giving thanks and how important it is to maintain an attitude of gratitude. And I absolutely love all of the concepts surrounding this time of year. Unfortunately, it brings to the surface so much of the Thanksgiving sentiments that are around that it takes a holiday to do so. Even if you aren't in the United States and aren't celebrating Thanksgiving, wherever you happen to be, you're hearing from everybody how important it is to give thanks and to appreciate what you have. And it would be so wonderful if that was something that we could maintain and remember throughout the course of the entire year and not just during Thanksgiving or during the holidays. But the other thing that's very important, something that I wanted to share with you today, stems a little bit from a combination of tradition that has been a part of our family um, memories. But it really hits to the heart of, in addition to being appreciative and grateful for what we have, there's another aspect that is very, very important. And um, the way that it kind of came about that I thought about sharing this with you today, as I was thinking as we were doing our shopping, it's become a tradition for us to do our shopping for Thanksgiving at least the day before Thanksgiving. This past weekend we were at the grocery store and you could tell people were loading up because a lot of people who had to work Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday were getting their shopping done before the holiday and everything. But we typically love to go to the stores the day before, sometimes even the night before the holiday. And in many ways, it's because it really gets us into the spirit of things. We really enjoy. It isn't about being last minute. It's about just enjoying the process and enjoying the mood and the atmosphere that we have in looking forward to all of the goodies and everything that we do for Thanksgiving. Now, unfortunately, a lot of the people in the stores, you might imagine, aren't quite as enthusiastic as we are. We go bounding into the store and we're singing and we're humming Christmas carols, and everybody else is kind of pushing the carts around and trying to get ahead of each other. And it's like we're looking around going, come on, it's Thanksgiving. Let's look at this from a different perspective. And at least one day of the year, be kind to your neighbor and not try to run someone over on the way to the checkout aisle. But unfortunately, it doesn't happen. And as is very typical with me and Marina and Morgan, when we're in that environment, instead of letting it get to us and instead of letting the people around us bring our mood down, sometimes what happens is it has the exact opposite effect and we get giddy and goofy. And last year we got extra giddy and extra goofy when this was going on because we had been in the store and it was just one nasty person after another and just grumpy and you look around and it's like, come on, people, just lighten up. So we were in the aisle getting the bread for the stuffing that I make. And this stuffing was passed down from my grandmother to my mother to me and ultimately to the girls. And it's homemade from the packs of bread itself all the way down to um, drying out the bread, breaking the bread up the night before, drying it out a couple of days before, breaking it up the night before, and making the whole thing from scratch. So usually we will get anywhere from 4 to 5 loaves of bread. And we were in the bread aisle And this was last year. I reached over and I grabbed one of the packs of bread. And, you know, as I said, we had been just really enjoying the shopping trip. And we were getting more and more goofy as it was going on, because for every person that we ran into that happened to be just nasty and grumpy and grumbling and everything, it was like that just spurred us to lighten the mood and lighten the evening and everything. So I grabbed the bread off the shelf, and the girls are grabbing a couple of for me. And I'm like looking at this, and all of a sudden, I was in the middle of the aisle and I screamed, "Pillow fight!" And I whacked one of the girls with the bread. And they looked at me and it was like, "Oh my God, Mommy, what are you doing?" You know, and it's like I raised my daughters to be perfectly pristine in public and never act out, and always, you know, they were the perfect children when they were young, going to the store, and here I am whacking them with bread in the middle of the aisle. And a couple of people stopped and they looked at us, and the girls looked at me, and then it was like they got that little grin on their face and went, "Okay, mommy's okay with this." And they let loose. And we were sitting there and we were like sucking each other with our bags of bread, laughing hysterically. And what was really, really cool is there were a couple of people around us, and they got it. They were just like, "Good for you guys." And it lightened their mood. It made a difference in their attitude. Now, there were a couple of people that walked by and were like, "Look at that awful mother teaching her daughters all of this." I'm like, yeah, whatever. You know, I'm having fun. Let me alone. I'm in my own world. We're making memories. But, you know, that's really, you know, it speaks volumes on so many levels, you know, going to the level of, you know, maintaining the child at heart, not taking life so seriously. And we did take the bread that we were hitting each other with. So it was our bread, you know, it was ours to do what we wanted with it. So it wasn't hurting anyone, and we had a little fun along the way. But, you know, the other thing is that in all seriousness, it gives people an opportunity to realize that there's a different side, there's a levity of life and an enjoyment that we don't know what tomorrow will bring. And, you know, giving thanks for what we have today, being appreciative of the time in the store, the opportunity to make these memories, to shop, and to, you know, anybody in there is gathering groceries to cook for friends, family, loved ones, doing something special with somebody, invariably. So why not put that love into what you're doing and make it something that's memorable, rather than trudge through life that it's this drudgery that, you know, you were not looking forward to all day, of having to go to the grocery store and have to deal with this, and then express that outwardly to all the people that are around you. But the other thing that is really important to me that I wanted to share with you about this today is, we talk so much about the idea of gratitude and giving thanks, but the one thing that we don't talk about is how we feel about ourselves and being appreciative of who we are inside. Standing in front of a mirror and looking at yourself, looking straight into your eyes, and looking at all the things that you are so proud of who you are and what you love about yourself. That is the exercise that I want to encourage you to do. And I wanted to talk to you about the concept of doing that, because while we are writing in our gratitude journals and we're looking at being thankful, so many times that level of thanks is actually coming from external things that we're thankful for. I'm thankful for this beautiful day. I'm thankful for a relationship. I'm thankful for the food that I have. I'm thankful for my children. I'm thankful for my animals and all of this stuff. But these are all things that are, for the most part, external to ourselves and to our being. And what we don't hear a lot of is people encouraging you to stop and be thankful for who you are and what you are from the inside. So this is an exercise that I would encourage you to stand in front of a mirror. And in addition to all of your gratitude and the thankfulness that you have for everything around you, look yourself right in the eye and say, I love you. I love you for whatever that particular thing is that you feel special, that uniqueness that you have. I love you for being you. I love you for being creative. I love you for whatever it is that makes you the special person, that you gifts and the calling that you have and what you've been given. And what are you proud about who you are and what you do? What makes you proud you are able to share with the world and with others that you care about around you? So all of those things are things that I would encourage you to take time and incorporate that into your daily gratitudes and incorporate it into the things that you do that make you so special. And don't fail to take time for doing that out of your daily activities of all of the things that you already do that allow you to express your gratitude and allow you to express the thanksgiving that you have. Remember to be thankful for yourself. Be thankful for who you are, because I'm thankful for you. And this opportunity that I have to talk to you and to utilize this forum and to reach out with you is something that I don't take for granted, but it gives me an opportunity to remind you of those things as well. And on this very special Thanksgiving evening, it was a pleasure to share my pillow fight talk with you and to tell you about the bread in aisle 3, as well as remind you to look in the mirror and express gratitude for you, for what it is that you love about yourself. And when you get in touch with what makes you unique and what makes you special, that's going to help you radiate that out to the rest of the world and make a difference in the lives of others and make a difference in all that you do when it starts from you appreciating what's within and then let it gradually filter out to everything that's around you. So for this episode of Detour Diaries and for this Thanksgiving evening, I am off to literally break bread with my daughters, start making the stuffing, and keep making memories. I wish for you to do the same. It's an honor to talk to you. I'm thankful for having you in my life. Happy Thanksgiving, and keep on being you.